Biafra exclusive.
After this heavy rain, please let the sun rise.
Our lives are in danger, siblings and more that all day long we have been ruled by strangers. Give us Biafra. I know you can feel our anguish, but don't let us perish in the hands of our enemies.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Rights Radio Station is a child of circumstance that is generally referred to. It's being anchored Yokpa Uchuka from 4 hills from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Yokpa Uchuka from 4 is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is one word I do not expect everybody to understand the mindset behind it. But we are still progressing, and on daily basis, bit by bit, you will understand. Because the position where we are now, those who want to blackmail Biafra, those who have collected money, those who are planning to undermine others, those who want to mortgage the future of the next generation, our job is simple. We will make sure you don't succeed. By the special grace of Chukwukika Abiyama, I remain George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Anyoma province. Anyoma province is Delta State, and every piece of land in Delta State is Biafra land. And this evening, I want to welcome men and women who decide to stand against all odds for the sake of the truth. Men and women who put their resources to make sure we come on air on daily basis. Men and women who rather prefer to stand alone than to move with the multitudes, whose actually end is destruction. I will not forget to acknowledge Mazi Obide, Obienu, Dr. Okado, my fellow co-hosters on this very platform, Chris Council, and of course my brother Ongoka all the way in Canada. I will have to acknowledge members of the Biafran Watchmen, those of you who are saddled with spiritual responsibility, who will never forget your creed, because as it was in the ancient days, so shall it be unto the end. I want to acknowledge the genuine member, original member of the Biafran nation, the Biafran nation family, the people who are ready and doing what they have to do to equip the mind of our people. I want to acknowledge every man and woman who represent true and genuine freedom for our people, even though you have been deceived. But God sees your heart. And of course, I will have to move on to appreciate the Almighty Creator, Chukwukika Abiyama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. The one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. That not only will He guide all of us back home, but He will be with us even to the end. At the end, He alone will receive all the glory, all the honor, all the adoration. All glory must be to our God, for He is worthy of our praise. No man on earth should give glory to himself. All the glory must be to our God. Anyị na jange mau maka n'eziokwu n'ibu sọ mma gị, ịhụnanya gị n'ịma gị, obiọma gị, o juru anya dadi mo, inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega. anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdịmma o, ịdịmma ezi Chineke o, ịmakwa n'eluigwe na-agba ya ma o, n'onwe na-asị n'ịdịmma, ịdịmma, ịdịmma ezi Chineke o. Ọkwa gị bụ echeta obi esike o, ọkwa gị bụ ike anyị ji agaga o, ọkwa gị kewara osimiri le, imekpọ nwanyị aga ka ọ tụrụ ime o, ọkwa gị yo Chineke o, igbu oke mmiri na-egbu ogwe, ọkwa gị yo Chineke ma n'ibu chi m, n'ibu chi me, ibu chi me, n'ibu chi m, ibu chi anyị ji ahụ ụzọ, agada agbajiri zọ nwoke obiọma o, olileanya nke ndị Biafra o, anyị na-erere ọkụ na anyị ragbara ọkụ, ọ gịnị ka ga-eji toro gị ye gị nna, a ga na-akwụsị ala na-enye gị ekene n'ibu chi m o, Chukwu n'ịdị mma o, Chineke n'ịdị mma o, olileanya ndị nsọ n'ịdị mma o, ọmaka si bi wale o n'ịdị mma ezi Chineke m o, narị ekele o mgbe niile o, anya n'elu wale o, narị ekele mgbe niile. You see. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we move on to our topic this evening, which is simply says, this is the time for proper orientation. A time for proper orientation. The people of Biafra cannot be said to be considered as a coincidence, because it has already been this way. The people of Biafra cannot, should not, never consider their current predicament, their current position, the current challenge they are facing in a time like this. They cannot consider it as something that is new. No, it is not. It has been this way for a very long time. It is not coincident. It has been this way for a very long time. For instance, there are reports online that as we speak, Nigerian army are gradually going from one community to another in Benue State to kill the innocent people. Listen very carefully. Nigerian army in Benue State for some days now are demolishing, wiping away communities, frustrating people, Nigerian people in Benue State. But this is not new to us. They have their target. There are both sides to that story. Maybe the people of Benue State, for once in their life, decide to rise up to challenge the Boko Haram incorporated group of company in the Nigerian army, and then got upper hand. The Nigerian army, on the other hand, they have a way of doing things. And so they come back to Benue State and they start demolishing house under the name of looking for maybe unknown gunmen, maybe Eastern Defender Security, maybe Boko Haram, maybe Fulani, but we know it's not Boko Haram. But the innocent people will pay dearly for it. But am I sure the people of Benue have proper orientation of what is to come? I doubt that. Not long ago, we saw what happened in Ebonyi State. A fellow Nigerian supposedly took machete and then began to dehumanize a fellow Nigerian. It was a very cold day right there in Ebonyi when over 15 persons were slaughtered, murdered in cold blood with a fellow Nigerian. All we hear about it is a press communique. But we are still expecting what they are going to do in Ebonyi State. And just for some days ago, we had the invasion of a correctional facility there in Imo. And before then, we have had series of indiscriminate arrests of the people of Olo. And then this killing internally will begin to go on. And now, also in Abia State, there are rumors, of course, evidence or carried out by the Nigerian police where they destroyed many vehicles. And now you go back to Akwa Ibom. If you get to Akwa Ibom as we speak, they are demolishing villages. Why? Because supposedly unknown gunmen invaded the army barracks or killed some army. Now let me try to diffuse or dilute or neutralize these very points so that you notice. In the south Akwa Ibom, they are demolishing people's property, shooting sporadically. They don't care for who you are. But to many people from Akwa Ibom, that is how it's supposed to be. But hold on. And then you go to Benue State in Middle Belt and partly Biafra land. They are there demolishing hospitals, schools, buildings, just for one people. There is almost no difference between Nigerian army and the Boko Haram. There is practically almost no difference. In as much as we know that they are genuine people serving in the Nigerian military and other security apparatus, we cannot confidently come out and say that we do not know, we are not aware that most of the Boko Haram are being reincorporated into the Nigerian army. Now, I just mentioned 2 states outside the southeast who are facing this same carnage, this same challenge. And then you come to the southeast, they are yet to demolish building. This is not because they do not have the intention. This is not because we are not expecting them to do that. But the people are properly or much more oriented than the people in the Middle Belt and the people in Akwa Ibom. There is no need of standing in the fence, sitting on the fence in a time like this. You have to choose your side. That is why today we have chosen our side. And we will remain on that side until this battle is finally over. And so for our people, it is no longer news. The people of Biafra must understand that what we are going through did not start. What we need in a time like this is orientation. We know what happened to the people of Ogoni. We can come out and castigate them and criticize them for some of the decisions they took in the past. But it's okay. They did a fought back. They survived. And they are now spectators. They will not come out to fight in issues like that because of the orientation they have. But then somewhere along the line, all of us will answer this call. I will have to remind us about what they did in Odi. Odi was reduced even to a farmland. Odi community were practically demolished. The order was to turn Odi to a car park. But I think Odi was demolished beyond that of a car park. So what is happening today did not start. As far as the Nigerian state exists, it is practically impossible for us to function as one because we are not one. Nature itself don't like it. Nature itself don't like it. God himself don't like Nigeria. If you are a man of God and you are praying and you can sincerely pray to God to heal one Nigeria, and then you have something wrong. But then this evil have to continue because of lack of proper orientation. The people in question who has engaged us in this battle, in this war, they carry out forensic study about us. I remember in those early 2016, Covenant University belonging to Oyedepo assigned most of their graduating students to come and write history on IPOB. I practically at that moment as the African rep gave instruction that nobody should grant those people interview. But as you know, because of wise men, they went behind and grant interview. Imamado. Want to come and study what we are doing. And I said no. But when they call who know who, they open door for them. Imo State was a very good example. You are coming to study us. What do you want to do with the study? Why do you even study something? It is for you to know their weakness and their strength. But to some of you, it's a popularity. You are being famous. You want them to talk of you. They will talk of you. But be very careful what they say about you. That was not a good move. When we are dead, when we are gone, you can talk of us. It is just like currency. You don't put living person's picture, image in a currency. You don't do that. But when they are dead, you talk about them. When we do what we are doing today, we have only one target at mind. First of all, that what we have done today, it will be in the lips of endless generation. They will talk about us. And whatever way they decide to talk about us, we have given our own response. And we give them homework to do. And that is why in most cases when we come on this platform, we say the way it is. People must hear from us. And our work must speak for us. If I sit back today and I am confident and very bold in doing what I'm doing, and that is because there is no man, Biafra man or evil. None of you. Because I never soiled my hand. And that is my strength. And so when they gossip, I look at them. Orientation, very important. Our people must understand that change. They will continue to be there. Nigeria can never be one. And when they send them to study us, the point is, what do they want to do? They want to get our weakness. They want to know our strength. And they take advantage of it. And today, look at where we are. A proper orientation. The enemies of freedom understand that they are going to bring us down. You think it was easy for colonial masters to invade Africa? They will never be in a hurry to tell you their encounter. As a black man, I tell you tonight, when you see the white folks look at you very terrorized, my brother, they know what you are capable of doing. Just that the knowledge and proper orientation has not been given to you. It was not easy for them to conquer anywhere. If you look at deeply the history of Ovaromi or Baisi, the colonial masters, it doesn't matter whether they are Francophone or Anglophone, they will never forget what they went through in the hand of Ovaromi or Baisi, if not that he was betrayed by Ozazapo. You go back and ask them the encounter they have with Jaja of Opobo. They will not be in a hurry to tell you how they passed through those territories. Go and ask of Nana of Ishekiri, among others. And so it is not very easy for them. But they studied every system. From the Benin ancient empire to the Zamfara ancient empire, down to the Biafran ancient empire, down to the Zulu ancient empire and the rest of them. They studied all of them because their line of defense were different. And so they properly oriented their people. What they saw in South Africa, believe me, Shaka the Zulu did his job well. But the nature of battle they fought here in Biafra land is a different ball game entirely. Orientation. And so when a people have access to study you and they know how you function, the only thing that will ensure your survival is to develop the ability to improvise at any given time. That is why we have to call for proper orientation. When we sit back here today out of pride, or you want to prove a point that you are not what you are, and you give order, and then you carry out certain activities, it is because you have not really evaluated your stand. You don't even know what is coming. Honestly, unknown government are doing what they are doing. Other groups, cultists, everybody are doing what they are doing because Nigerian state called for it. But I tell you, if you do not give proper orientation to our people to prepare their heart for what is coming, and then you have led them to their death and you have deceived them. There is a way they do things. And it is our duty to make sure we keep telling you. You can be there and analyzing story. Of course, as at this moment I am here online, Nnamdi Kanu is still with a Cameroon man. They are talking about a forming alliance to save us. Do you know that the Ambazonian have more pro-Ambazonian group fighting for their freedom more than in Biafra land? Why? The same juju the colonial masters are using to destroy Biafra agitation and every other agitation that will come up is the same principle that is destroying all of us. I was privileged to talk to one of them and I gave him my mind. This one La République, the other one is La Congolique, the other one is La Ambazonia, the other one is like, it's unfortunate our people will never. You La Iruanya, La Congolese, La everywhere pro Biafran group, the same charm that is worrying all of us. This is the truth. It hurts you, but you have to hear it. But we are going to be very fast to blame everybody if we don't give our people proper orientation until they develop that capacity to look at enticing gifts, very favorable and romantic ways, and then ignore all of them just to embrace the truth, even though they are called to work on a very sharp object. If we are not able to give them the orientation that will make them look at the truth and acknowledge it as the truth, preferring to rather stand alone than to go with the crowd, and then we are not ready for this nation. And so some of you, oh, Biafra alliance, are more in a deadlier soup than Biafrans. Only one state in Biafra land, if they have right orientation, what they can do, Ambazonia cannot do it. But we know where all these things are going. The really enemy of the people are inside, creating up to lock all of us down. And of course, those who have collected money, sealed, delivered, and documented will aid and abet them to bring all of us down. Those of you in Calabar, get ready. Those of you in Benue, Ebonyi State, get ready. Those of you in Akwa Ibom, get ready. The heat is coming down there. Of course, they will get to River State. Because what you are doing, it cannot help us in any way. You go to Ambazonian, you have more than 30 groups calling themselves Sabotoa, Botosoa, Sabotoa, Shobozosoa. They don't even know who is who. They are tired because somebody has sowed a seed among them. The same way you come to Biafra, everybody, once you have a contrary opinion from you become a saboteur. And now he is looking for people because we said he has not formed alliance. The only alliance he can go to now is those people that is better than. In as much as we need that alliance, it is not to deceive our people. Our people must have proper orientation. Do this thing. There are ways to cripple the government of the day, even you without being noticed. It is by the same rule they play their game that will engage them. And then, according to the book of what do you call him? You practically make them expose themselves. Nigerian has practically been brought down to her knee. The world were mocking at them because their evils were exposed by themselves. They couldn't go anywhere. We told them there will be no election in Biafra land. People died to make sure that thing happened from both sides. And then at the dying minute, a meeting was held without we, the members of the DOS. A meeting was held with Atigu and maybe Peter Obi and others without our knowledge. And those of you who are in Biafra land who can tell yourself the truth, did you not collect money, IPOB member in Imo State? Did you not collect money, some of you in Abia State? Did you not collect money from Atiku? When we are saying, he's a Yahoo, but all those ones, The truth will come out. If you think we are backing down, George Onyibe is backing down, you lie. But believe me, I don't have anything against you. We put our blood in this thing, and we came out for a reason. And just for peace to be there, we ran to the radio and said, yes, the document having been delivered, documented and sanctified and Holy Ghost. From that day, our life never remained the same again. This is almost a quarter of the year gone. What have you been able to achieve? You create more saboteur. You blackmail people. You are on social media behaving like miscreants, behaving like rasicants, causing hulobalu everywhere. My brother, you need proper orientation. And we are going to give you the orientation. It's a gradual process. But our target is for those who have not been defiled by these politics. Those who have not been corrupt by these politics. They are the one we are gradually choosing and bringing them up. Because this thing all of you are calling for, somewhere along the line, you will get answer. And so like I was saying, they study you and they put instrument in place to destabilize you. You don't go anywhere. And so anybody from Ambazonia, you are forming alliance. Now they cannot have a question to answer. He must give us account of our money. I'm still looking at intellectual men and women who want me to respect them, who practically stood and allowed Nandekano to pocket all of us. And we thought with the presence of these people like this, we are doing the right thing. But I understand their pain and their position. And all of them truly regret their action today. And the same person who hijacked our money, give us oath to take the very oath that we kill him, without showing remorse or repentance for those he has led to their death. And many more will still have to die because they think they are fighting for Biafra. And some of you think, hey, we got to keep quiet. We got to move on. You got to move on where? The music, the journey has just begun. And so it is no longer news. And it is not going to change. If you like, from alliance with Onturumba, Abazonia, Amakabandum, no reasonable person will work with that man called Nandekano. It is gone. He has practically destroyed everything. Maybe after this one, the young Zimbabwe girl interview, it didn't go well. And now Ambazonia is coming. This is quarter of the year. This year will soon end. Eloha has not promised us when Biafra will come. Now it is TB Joshua. Oh, TB Joshua say you can't stop. But TB Joshua, without due respect, was that God not with him when his church collapsed and killed people? Do you know how much Obasanjo poured into that matter from our money, quench South Africa and killed that matter? And then you are telling TB Joshua and you are thinking people like us are moved by those things. It is the truth that moves us. But I have to go into those ends so our people can be guided. TB Joshua was there when that church collapsed. It was as a result of poor civil engineering construction. Very poor work. Elohua didn't tell him the church was going to collapse. Is it the person who will come and tell me Elohua or Elohim send them to me and then I listen? But don't worry, we know what we're supposed to do. Everybody know what we are supposed to do. Honestly, and when we do those things, it will automatically usher us into this Biafra nation that we seek for, that we long for. But some things have gone wrong, and our duty is to try to correct them. Just a minute, having one or two issues. Yes, like I was saying, as always, this event you see that is happening everywhere, of course, was brought together for us, against us, among others. This very issue you are seeing, this very matter that is going on, our people must get ready. Everybody know what is supposed to happen. In the time past, the politicians, the government, it will get to everybody And then it will turn to a blaming game. We all know what is going to happen. We all know how it's going to end. The governor, all of them claimed that they know. But only that they are not yet ready. They want the corporates to come out and say it. Not today. They know how it's going to be. And it will end up on blaming game. The Akwa Ibom will blame the people. The people will blame the government of Buhari. The Benue will blame the indigene. The indigene will blame the government. And it's going to be from one blaming game to another. The truth is that there have not been any genuine resistance mounted up against this circumstance for as far as we can remember. That is why we must continue to persist. We have not mounted any form of resistance against this evil against our people. It has never been there. Now, if I have to describe certain things, when these people want to attack our land, we know this already. If you kill one army man, they will level that village down. And so when I see people say, oh, we kill army, nothing they happen. You are not properly oriented. Your orientation is poor, or maybe you are wicked. Because that community where you kill that Nigerian army, they are coming to burn it down. And people must die. That is their code. So if you think they have changed it, you need proper orientation against them. What happened to the issue of OD? Swept under the carpet and buried. In fact, as you are saying it now, it is hate speech. It is hate speech. And they will continue doing the same thing. They will continue pushing that same direction until proper resistance is mounted up. How do you mount this resistance up? There must be a need for us to create a proper orientation so that our people can be able to do what they have to do, be who they're supposed to be, and what they are supposed to be. Proper orientation. Without this avenue to create a proper orientation for our people, they will not understand. The Nigerian state will react to issues compared to the ongoing crisis. And they already know how we are going to react already. They will do whatever they like because they know we can't do anything. They are all on Facebook now monitoring us. And actually, we don't have a means of communication. Nothing else. We can make the matter worse and then talk about it for like a week or a month. It is gone. They killed people in Enugu. It is a story now. The Obibo issue, even though there is still coffee there, it is a story now. Though some of you in Aba in certain areas, you are on coffee now, it is a story. Those in Benue now, it's turning to story already. But in State is a story already. And then Akwa Ibom will still end up as a story. It will continue. It will go round. It is happening in River State. But the problem is that there is no proper orientation. Like in my broadcast yesterday, I made it clear that those who champion the cause should not side any side. You shouldn't be party to any side. You should not project your own selfishness, your own desire. Your own target cannot be held above others. The proper orientation will start from you understanding that there is a need that we get to a stage and we tell our people how to reason, how to improvise, how to get ready. Until then, they know how we are going to react already. Nigerians know. In a situation like this, we cannot afford to forget that most people who have gone through what we are going through did have all that is required for them to be able to stand up against the injustice that were meted out on them. But rather, they develop the mind of the people. They develop the mind of the people to face challenges with whatever is at their disposal. These were the proper orientation given to them. We go back memory lane and those people from Malaysia to China to Japan to to every country, including South Africa, who has gone through the same areas, challenge we are going through as a people. Something set them aside or gave them the privilege of emerging victorious in the end. And that is proper orientation. They teach their youth, they equip their mind, they empower them so much. I love using that word. Their slightest touch command obedient. This is one thing we lack as a people. We are working very hard to make sure we liberate our country, but we have not equipped the mind of the people. We have not given them proper orientation. They don't even, most of them don't even know what we are doing. Now, not until we get to that stage, we will be recording casualties, victim of their own circumstance, victim of their own occupation, as you can see today. How many people have died whose life is practically wasted? Those who are supposed to be alive. I know the feeling. Most of you will still die tomorrow, and to you it looks like you are dying for a genuine cause. Yes, it is true, but you are not properly equipped with the necessary information that will enable you to stay alive. When you look at the ancient warriors in the days of the Grecians and the Persians, the Romans and the rest of them, one of the greatest advice they give to their legions is never to be careless with your life. Never to be careless with your life. We can list some of the things that we in the Biafra nation believe that should be done as far as this journey continue. Until we make every Biafran freedom fighter become invisible, it is just for us to know we are not going anywhere. In Biafra nation, at this point in time, we understand that there are things we need to do. Proper orientation. We have to give proper orientation to our people. And that is why internally, the journey has begun already. And most of you in different forums, those of you who have not been commissioned, those of you who do not understand what we are doing, it is because we are studying you. We know your strength, we know your weakness. We will guide you properly, that in the end you become more educated than your educator. You become more enlightened even than your elders. And that is for you to be able to withstand what is coming. Because we are supposed to be invisible at the end of the day. All these things are embedded in our spirit. We know what to do. But our selfishness will not allow us to act adequately. Our selfishness and ego will not allow us to walk adequately. It's unfortunate, but we continue to hit the nail on the head. No more drama. Not anywhere. It's not going to go far. Principle. Genuine men begin to fight for the right cause. We keep losing our people. They keep setting us back. First of all, we have to create a means of communication among our communities. We don't even know the one that is the truth. We don't even know the one that are the lie, because there is no means of communication. Sometimes we are afraid to report a lot of issues, because when you contact 3-4 persons to get information, feedback on a particular incident, it will shock you. It's going to be like the 4 cardinal points. You cannot link them together, and that is bad. Proper orientation. There is need for us to tell ourselves the truth, give accurate report of what is going on, and then know what you are supposed to do in instance like that. I cannot open everything up here. There have to be a response team on the ground. Every community in Biafra land need to have a response team. Anyhow, supposed to anyhow. People that are Reverend Father are supposed to be serving mass in the church. People that are Utimpu are supposed to be TLMpu. It's not everything we are supposed to be saying here, but then you have proper orientation. And so that our people will understand they need to respond to those challenges. Go Go to those villages where Nigerian army or Boko Haram or Fulani headsmen or known government or anybody is taking advantage of whatever reason to destabilize those communities. Go and look at them. There is no response. Not pro-Biafran group. There is no response team. And of course, Nigeria have response team now. Anti-respond Nigerian police team. To chop and claim mouth. Kill you and wipe out evidence. We need proper orientation to make our people understand the terms of administration. Where is the orientation? Equipping the people's mind. Where are avenues for administration? Where are the people who will organize our people? We just blew the propaganda. We look for avenue to raise money. Look at Africans now. Freedom fighting has become a business. No little wonder you see pro-Biafran group, most of them jumping out from everywhere. Our people's mind are not ready. You will misunderstood the original one for the fake one. But we continue to make sure that we orientation program for all of our people. Observation team. We need to have observation team on ground. As a people, you look at the Arabians. That is where the issues of the watchmen comes in. Their job is to monitor everything going on with the accurate information, perfect data of what is going on. Because when they back in the end, do we have it? Do our people understand the need to keep important and genuine information for our own sake, for our own purpose? Across all our communities in Biafra land, we have to make sure that we create an ample opportunity for proper orientation of our people. We can have people who are going about communities, carrying out visibility study of immediate attack by the headsmen or whoever, and then you understand. And so the people of Biafra must understand. If truly you want Biafra nation to be restored, if truly you want Biafra nation to be restored, if it is not a business to you, this is the time we give ourselves proper orientation. This is the time you remain true to your calling. Understand that men and women have died. And understand that if these people weaken us, we are not going anywhere. And understand that the real plan is not on social media. We don't buy anybody's favor. We don't talk you into feeling good. We earnestly, eagerly desire that somewhere along the line, the people who have what it takes to make the move that will give us our freedom, ultimately will be able to rise up to the challenge and do what they are supposed to do. I'll be back in a minute.
Restoration.
Yes, of course, at this moment our lines are open and you are free to call in. And for some network issues that are prevailing on this side where I am, we find it difficult to connect to the lines sometimes. But of course, at the same time, our WhatsApp line remains 070 815 070 815 45642 070 815 45642 070 815 45642. And then our direct line is 081 221 529 71 081 221 529 71. Of course, if you have access to my private WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or any other platform, you are free to call in. And if for some reason we cannot get in your call, we will proceed. But the message hasn't been given. Our people must understand that at a time like this, there is need for proper orientation. We cannot afford to waste more life. We cannot afford to play into the hands of this enemy. We cannot continue to do the same thing with the same pattern and then expect that we are going to get a positive result. There is need to change every approach. There is need to change every pattern. There is need to re-engage the Nigerian state. There is need for us to improvise to ensure that in the end, ultimately, this Biafra will come.
Islamize us, they want to kill. We are the ones, the Boko Harams, Mohammed Buhari, the president of the zoo. You are fake. We know you, we know you. United Nations declare them wanted because they want to kill us, they want to wipe us, they want to finish us. Hey, they are the one, the Boko Harams, they are the one. Please declare them wanted. Thieves and the criminals, Buhari, you are the one. Boko Haram, we know you. Israel, you are there. Support United Nations to declare them wanted. They want to Islamize us. They want to kill us all. They are the one Boko Haram. They can't stop Biafra. They are the baboons and the monkeys. The people by this side, they're lying. us in the zoo. Think very well, reason very fast. Come and join us now. Biafra is very real. Navy in the zoo, police in the zoo. Come and join us now. Biafra is very real. Come and join the Biafra now. Come and join a better place. Mohammed Buhari, you are the failure to Nigeria. Mohammed Buhari, you are the Boko Haram. We know. Isoko Ahaba Ijo. We are all Biafra. Ibibio Shekiri Igede. We are all Biafra. Afik, we are Biafra. The Igbos, Igala, Igwocha, we are all Biafra. Nobody can stop us now. Nobody can stop Biafra now. Come and join us. Biafra is real. They want to Islamize us. They want to kill. We are the ones. The Boko Harams. Mohammed Buhari, the president of the zoo. You are a failure. You cannot stop us now. We know you. We know you. Stop propaganda. Stop hypocrisy. Stop imposture. Stop
Yes, of course, like I said, if we cannot receive any call now based on one challenges or the other, which I will not explain to you, because those who are responsible will want us to be coming out to lament, so they continue to think they are succeeding. We can only get better. We are inching closer to the end of this program. If you are a Biafra, this is the time for you to observe situation and circumstance. This is the time for you to monitor what is actually going on. This is the time for every Biafran elder to make sure that they equip our people. There are challenges and issues there, but then we can only get better, we can only overcome, we will go nowhere until Biafra is restored. Caller on the line, if you can hear me.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Biafra land.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. About state precisely. I really want to thank you for your program this night. It's quite very educative. You have been a source of inspiration and getting much awareness to our people. Based on what you just said, the read motivated me there is concerning the communication, because that communication matters a lot. Because when I sit on my own and think about the way our people have started reasoning, because many things have been said and many lies has been said, and our brain has been turned to be reasoning anti-clockwise. So we really need a lot of work to be done for the orientation, the reorientation to be given to us, because the orientation we had was in a very high level, and that thing has done much damage to the brain of many people. If I tell you that many people are confused today, it will just be understatement. Many people are really confused. At times, when you have embraced that reality and know the truth, and your eyes have been opened a little bit, you will now start seeing the demarcation between you and those people that are really into the deep shit. You will find out that something has already been damaged, because you could compare with what they type and respond on social media immediately when they see somebody on the air. all of them will come like flies that comes to perch on a smelling sheet and start talking kind of a thing that you yourself will even be ashamed reading what they are writing. So with that kind of mentality, where are they heading to? And many of the people that are writing all this rubbish, they don't even know what is going on. All of us that are find ourselves on the ground, we know that things are very critical this time around, and none of them is even reasoning to know when this jungle will mature. When these people want to strike, they don't know who is IPOB or who is this or who is that. All of us are brothers and sisters. Anything can befall all of us. Instead of everybody to come together and reason together and start doing things the right way, they are still here looking for whom to victimize and whom to blackmail and whom to stab at the back. So the thing is really giving much concern, and they really need that much orientation, and means of communication matters a lot. So that, because as you are on the air talking now, it's not everybody is privileged to hear all these things you are saying. It's only the very few that will be able to hear it that will now be able to talk to others. All the things you mentioned are very much important, and I'm using this medium to actually appeal to all the administrators, more especially those on the ground, to make sure that they will try in their own jurisdiction to establish some of all those things you made mention of, like having observers on the ground, the response team, as you said, and this communication aspect of it matters, because there must be some people that will carry this holy message to the interior places, because it's not every place in the interiors that we have the access even to hear FM talking of even being on air, because there are some places you go to inside the remote areas, you will not get a network that you can even access your internet. So we really need people that will be on ground to carry the message again. I know the damage has been done, but I know by the special grace of God, things will still be done as well. All those damaged brains will still be reconstructed again for them to start reasoning very well. Because it's only the very few that have caught the message and have seen the truth that really understand what is on the ground. Many people, I tell you today, they never know what is on ground. And all those people that are jumping up and down, if you are really on ground and monitor and observe them, you'll find out that many of them are just maybe like a pendulum running around on one particular place. They don't even know what is going on again, because that have been called the saboteur and many that are desallied in one way or the other, they are just hurling, and they don't even know whether they still belong or they don't belong again. So, and many people are willing to come out, but because they are still afraid of the oath they have been taking, so they didn't know how to get themselves liberated. So they really need deliverance, and we have a lot of work to do to make sure that many of them will be liberated and be brought out from the evil forest that they have found themselves. Because we have, you as a person, you have been trying, and many other people are trying as well. So it's left for us, those that are on ground, to still do their own job, so that by the special grace of God, what we are looking out for, we will get. So just continue doing your good work. You have been doing it. I know Elohim himself will continue to strengthen you. Not the type of Aloha that we tell people that if you didn't bring it this year, Elohim did not send you, and the person is still saying, talking, and people are not reasoning. Somebody have told you people that after this period and the thing did not happen, know that Elohim did not send me. So who is sending him for the one he's talking about now? Is he making mention of it?
It's Elohua. It's Ambazonia now that will give us Biafra. We deliberately waste the life of generations. It's unfortunate.
There is video now circulating on. You know, they first of all wrote a disclaimer and sent to Nigerian government, and they doubted it and they twisted it as they used to turn things upside down and start recirculating again. Now the video came out. The video came out, and the guy was lamenting seriously and talking that Nnamdi Kanu has decided to come and destroy their own movement that have been making their revolution in the rightful order and is going well for them, that they have decided coming to destroy it, that now that the international community has now placed them in the same role with Boko Haram and ISIS as a terrorist group, that that person that he liaising with is not from their own group, the people that are looking for their own independence, that anybody that knows Nnamdi Kanu should tell him to distance himself. They are liaising hand to do today. Maybe it's a plan, a frustrated plan that somebody sent him to come and destroy the move that they started the scenes, that their history is different from Biafra history, that Biafra should go and do their own, let themselves do their own, that the person is liaising hand with, that the government, the real government that is fighting for the revolution did not support him for anywhere, that he just coming to dent their image and create problem between them and the other international community, because anybody that is liaising with the IPP, they will start seeing that person as a terrorist as well. And he is warning him to his people, our people that are living in their side, that they should send a message to their brother that if anything happens to them, that themselves that they are living with them will not go free. You know that kind of, so he is succeeding in the. None of us can even run out of the country and go to the neighboring country to stay. Me, I don't understand. I don't understand what is really going on.
That is the reason why we are talking about orientation, because a lot of people don't understand what Biafra, that is all that is in the mind of our people. Common sense is no longer common in a time like this. But we continue to do what we are supposed to do, and it is paying. A lot of people for the first time are giving second thought to what they are supposed to do. You look at many of them who come on Facebook to Yab, they are reducing because they are applying wisdom, common sense to their reasoning. And that is exactly what we continue to do. We stop deceiving our people. Go ahead.
It's becoming unbearable to us. And the wind is here. Every night, gunshot, everywhere. And this person doing this thing is somewhere else. Relaxing and his children are there. If any of our children again get lost for this kind of thing that is happening, all the women must go naked and swear to him. And it will never be well with that person that have been killing our children this way. You will hide their own children and their own relation and your own wife and everything. You will be there. Whether any of their family members are still in this country, are they not seeing what is happening to call their son to order? Every day they will be shooting our children like animals. Our brothers and sisters and uncles and husbands are gone, and you are there comfortable, eating and drinking, jumping up and down that you are fighting for Biafra. While, so he always says that if he said Biafra will not. So when everybody dies now, did you die with them, you that is over there? So when everybody dies, then you will come down and come and join it by then. It's so heartbroken and so saddened, because anytime I look at the corpses of people littering on the road, and is it how to bring the Biafra for us? Please, it must be done. We are tired of everything. We are tired. And Chukwu bless you.
Thank you.
And
very
bless
much.
the gentle lion. The only person that stood for the truth. And I thank him for giving us the opportunity to air our view, because all of us were in darkness before. Now we can see light. Let this platform continue to be the platform of truth and light as it is started. Let no corruption enter it, because if that's the reason why many people are still afraid, because they have been deceived for long. There's some people suffered it during the time of Matop. They later joined that way, thinking that is the right way to go. Now the reverse becomes the case. That's the major reason why when we are talking now, people will say, I beg now today, forget that, and that's how they used to talk. They are looking at their own money. When they get it tomorrow, now they will start doing like others. My prayer is that it will never be business as usual. As you people started with the truth, let's continue with that truth and transparency. Till at the end, God will vindicate us. I also greet our daddy in the Lord, Chris, Chris, Daddy Onwoka, and all of them that I could not remember their name now. May God protect all of us and protect them for us as they are helping us to do things right. God will help us that we stand by the truth till the end of everything, so that His name will be glorified. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I honestly appreciate your contribution this evening. We must continue. The truth remains that we will not abandon our people. We will not leave them behind. We will continue to give them orientation. Those who want our freedom must rise up now or never. And those who want to remain in one Nigeria must show their stand, their position, now or never. And the new generation must be able to differentiate logic from reasoning with proper and physical evidence. We must be able to logically look into issue and understand with common sense the end result of our actions and activity. Like I said, at this moment, I will be winding down. I want to appreciate you, my sister, for joining me, and apology to those who I cannot take their call at this moment. We continue working on the system. We continue working on the issue regarding Biafra restoration. We continue to keep the word of notice to make them see what we are coming through. We continue to expose any man or woman who there is his purpose and duty is to sell the next generation, mortgage the future of the next generation, and then we leave ourselves with blaming game. Governor did it. Politicians did it. Senators are responsible. Our elders are the one. The king are the co-problem. We keep playing blaming game without equipping the mind of our people. And now most of them have become lazy, very weak. They cannot reason properly. They're just waiting for somebody to tell them what they want to hear, and then they jump the street. But then look at the level of damage that is being carried out in our land. The height of carnage. Attack by Nigerian military, attack by armed robbers, attack by cultists, attack by different group of people with their own special interest. Where is that culture of protecting our communities? Where is that mindset of standing up for the truth, defending other people even when it means for you to go? There are a lot of things that has been misplaced from among us. We have not been able to set our priority right for some time now. This is the beginning of the end of this journey. I will encourage you to look for a Biafra Nation family closer to you. Anywhere you are across the globe, we have representatives, administrators rather, who are on ground there. Look for the nearest and join. You see some of our publications directing you to link. Make sure you're talking to the right people, because there are a lot of people who are there to set us up, to set themselves up, to set Biafrans up, to set up agitation up. They constantly call you and tell you, don't they follow them. They are enemy of Biafra. They are enemy. If I be enemy of anybody, am I the person Biafra? You need orientation. And those who are intact mentally, those who have been oriented, properly indoctrinated in the issues of Biafra, irrespective of the group you belong to, this is the time for everybody to rise up and begin to make sure that our people are properly guided. We cannot be careless with our life. If we must die, we will be the one who will tell you how it's going to be. That having been said, I sign off from here and I say God be with genuine lovers of freedom. You say.
Biafra is our only home. It is our only home. From the rising of the sun to the going of the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home.